Are you done? Are you done? Okay.
No, clearly
You just let me know when you're done. You just let me know when you're done, and then
okay.
we'll say
I'm
hello.
done now. I'm done now.
You're
Hello.
done?
Hello.
Hello!
Hello.
Hello!
Hello,
Hello,
everybody. Oh my God,
everybody!
it's so good to be back.
Oh, Lord.
Cat hairs flying around. Don't mind
Yeah.
me. They're not
That's
orbs.
what
It's just
she's
dust.
claiming their cat hairs.
It's
Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to Decoupage Queen's Creative Hour. I am Teri Lightsey, and I bet you'd never guess who she is.
Hello. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna try and calm down now.
So we have the ever famous Iveta,
Yeah.
also known as Dainty Gifts, also known as Iveta Ziedina Art, also known as Iveta Ziedina Arts. Yeah.
She was just giving me so much trouble earlier because, since I changed my business name and everything from Dainty Gifts to my actual real name, I've kind of been messing around with links, because like at one point, I could only get the plural version, and then the normal version became available. So I was like, okay, I better take that opportunity. So I've been changing the links and stuff, and
Yeah, so part
this
of
is
my
crazy.
job on Saturdays is to get all the links properly in the descriptions. But when you have someone who's
And
real
I greatly
difficult,
appreciate. I'm over on this side, so your point.
on whatever side. Anyhow, so welcome everybody. As usual on Creative Hour, at the end of Creative Hour, we will do a drawing for
Yes.
a goodie bag full of Decoupage Queen rice papers. All you need to do is make sure you're following Decoupage Queen, following Iveta Ziedina Arts,
Yes.
and
You
then
must.
if you like and share the video, we really appreciate that too.
Yes, that would be very helpful. Thank you.
And I don't know what else. I think that's it. I asked Iveta if I needed to get my pillow and blankie ready, but she said no, we're good.
No, we should be okay. I'll try not to stay over for too long. And
No.
it is a creative hour and not creative hour and a half, so I'm gonna try and stick with that.
Yeah,
Whereas
whatever.
like last time I was on here, it was more like creative hour and a half and
Hour and a half? Is
hour and
that
a
your story and you're sticking to it?
That's creative hour. You're talking about the demo. I'm
Okay.
talking about creative hour.
All right.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
Hi, Robin.
Yeah,
Okay,
please
so
try.
as usual, I try not to interrupt. Typically, I'll interrupt her, but typically, I try not. I try
I
not
get
to
the special
interrupt.
treatment.
But you'll see your name pop up right here, and that is just me saying hello to you without interrupting her too much. And I will be putting in links for you guys to make sure you're following the proper page for her, wherever she is.
Yeah,
Her.
please do follow my business page if you can, right? Iveta Ziedina, the one where on the profile page I sit on my desk, right?
Cause she's little.
Because I'm itty bitty.
She's like,
When
y'all.
I
She's Troy size.
Yes, I am. And you know what? Me and Troy are the perfect size. Um,
You
yeah,
are. You
was
are.
my personal page. I forget to post on there. It's like it's supposed to be a personal page, but then people are like, "Oh, hi, let's be friends," and I'm like, "Sure, let's be friends," but I forget to post and share onto there.
She
So
does.
if you wanna stay up to date, make sure that you follow the business page, please.
So
Thank
I
you.
just put in her Facebook, and also you all, she does a lot of amazing tutorials and has a ton of tutorials on YouTube. So make
That
sure
I
you
do.
hop over to YouTube and check those out as well. So if you're ready, pull me down, and I'll give you the
Okay.
screen.
Okay. Right. So, are you ready for this? Are
I'm
you ready?
ready. Go.
Pow.
Sophisticated. That's
Pow.
so sophisticated.
can even leave it like this.
Hey, by the way, I like that apron.
I know. It's very special. It was made by a friend of mine. I can't remember her name.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
your friend though, when she made that for you, you were dainty gifts.
I was dainty gifts then. I am still dainty. I'm still dainty and I still make gifts.
Mhm.
So technically it's not wrong. Okay?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, right. My friends, my lovely, lovely friends. So today, we are going to kapow. Okay, I have two actually, but Terry was like, "Really? You're gonna make two?" So I was like, "Okay, maybe I should just make one."
So she has the audacity to say to me, "One's going to be too short." Okay, everybody ready? Start your timers.
Okay, right. Am I? Oh, dang it! Right, the pressure is on. Now I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay, so first things first. So this thing is, I don't even know. Like I think it's wood, but it kind of looks like plastic, but it kind of looks like wood. And I just got these on sale from B&M, which is like a home discount store, right? Um, and they're very cool. And before we start repainting them, we need to degrease them. What?
No, I didn't say a thing.
What? What did I do?
Nothing.
So,
I was waiting for the candlestick to fall, but it's all good.
oh, that will probably happen as well.
Okay. Hey, you know.
That's why I got two, so that I have a spare. And then, so to degrease it, I'm using methylated spirit, right? You can also use isopropyl alcohol, okay? So, or if you don't have anything like that, just like an all-purpose cleaner and a cloth. So basically, what you want to do before you start repainting anything like this, right from a store, is you want to remove all of the greases and oilies and all of that stuff that we put on there with our little phalanges while we're looking at it
Oh,
in the
for
store,
goodness sake.
okay? So
I can't.
once we've degreased it, I swear I'm not drunk. I don't partake in any of these kinds of activities. This is just me.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so now before we paint it, we're going to apply a coat of bonding primer onto it. Now, this is bad practice, right, by me right now.
Yeah, and everybody who watches me is cringing right now because they know how I always tell them, you better not.
You better not what?
You better not use bonding primer and paint right away. It needs to rest for at least a
Okay,
good
so
12,
who
24
knows
hours.
why is it important to let it rest? Who knows? Who knows? Can somebody tell us why? Um
Someone tell us why you need to
someone tell
let
us. Yep.
any bonding agent rest for at least 12 to 24 hours.
And why is it that I am doing a naughty thing right now?
Because I'm on here with you and you just want to.
No, because I was silly and I didn't think about priming it ahead of time.
Well, you know,
So,
that too.
anyways, why is it important? It's important to let it rest so that it can actually like properly. Exactly, Jamie. Yes. Yes, exactly. Jamie knows. So that it dries completely, so that it and Sue knows as well. Very good. And everything can stick to the surface. Exactly. And Elizabeth knows
Right, there we go. See,
too.
and let me just add, these are all my chaos gals. See?
I know you do a very good job.
See?
I
I'm
like
just
it.
gonna tell you.
You're all sitting an exam right now, just so you know.
Because Teri tells us to.
I love that. Because Terry tells us to.
Because look, because Teri says so.
That's the real reason. They're all just afraid of you, okay? So you're going to prime it and then leave it rest for at least 12 to 24 hours if you can, okay? But I was silly and I didn't do that. So, I have to, I'm going to reap the consequences of my own actions right now. And just apply it on and do our best.
Miss Wanda, we do what Teri tells us to do.
Exactly. I also just do what Terry tells me to do.
Oh, she's
And then,
fibbing. Oh my God, she's
I
fibbing.
pretend like I know what I'm doing.
She pretends
No.
pretends to do what I tell her to do. If I even ever tell her to do anything, but she pretends.
Mm-mm.
Ooh, you fibber. Hey, you know what, y'all? I'm sorry because we did get straight into this, and we're just a little silly sometimes. Let me add something to the stage with Iveta.
Yes.
So if you guys notice here, oh God, this
Hello.
is this is called the mood board, and we started doing this with November. So
Yes.
if you see on this mood board, there's a few colors, a couple of little inspirations for you. So what we want to do is going forward from November on, each month we're going to put out a newsletter. And it's going to have a little mood board on there for you guys. If you guys could take some inspiration from that mood board and create something fabulous like we know you all do, we would love for you to tag us and, let us love on your projects. But the way for you to do that is you need to subscribe to our newsletter. So if you just head over to decoupagequeen.com, which I will drop that in for you right now, and scroll all the way down to the bottom, and it says subscribe to our newsletter. Then you'll be able to see what the mood boards are each month, and we also are starting to give you like a little monthly recap of what went on that month. What did you miss? What do you need to.
Yeah. If you've missed anything, so if at any time, if you can't be present on one of our creative hours, or because we're also uploading tutorials and just videos showing you how to use vellum paper, for example, right? We just had. Can you hear that? Is it
Barely.
okay?
Barely.
Because it's supposed to be a quiet heat tool, but it's not anymore because I've dropped it too many times. Okay, but anyways, yeah. So you're gonna in case if you've missed any YouTube videos on Decoupage Queen's YouTube channel as well, right? They'll be all on there. And just a quick recap
Yeah.
of everything
You
that
know,
we.
you know, we'll have some links for videos. If you missed a creative hour, all the links will be there for you. So it's just, something fun. Um, Help you
Exactly.
sometimes. When you have a little bit of creative block and you go on to like Pinterest and you see some
Right. Well,
cool
the
projects and
idea
stuff. It's kind of
was
like that.
exactly that. Yeah, the idea was exactly that of just kind of providing a little bit of inspiration. It's not like you
Yeah.
don't have to do it. It's not a challenge. It's not a competition of any sort. It's just here you go, in case if it inspires you. And so I put that mood board together, right? And I know that for me personally, it actually provided quite a bit of inspiration. Like I already created one project with it, which is this lovely little lantern inspired by this particular mood board. And then today we're also going to create, so these, we're going to repaint the candlesticks and make the candles, which are also going to be inspired by this mood board. So,
So yeah.
sometimes we need a little bit of something different to look at, I guess. Okay.
So that's our little info. So and we are intending to have that up, at the beginning of the month. So within those first couple of days of each month, you'll be able to find a new mood board out there for you.
Absolutely. So we're going to have one in December, and
Yes, we
I'm excited
are.
for it. Okay, so while that is drying before we start painting it, now we can move on to decoupage part of the candle. Um, now I you're all
PSA.
probably very sick of hearing me talk about decoupage and candles and
PSA. Nope. I do it too. So it's a PSA.
yeah, a PSA. So candles like this, right? This is an actual real candle, not an LED candle. Um, if you decoupage it, um, I would advise not to burn it. Okay. At least like if you decoupage the whole thing. Yes, you can, and yes, the decoupage glues, right? And like there's candle glue that is supposed to be like flame retardant and all of that kind of stuff that make it a little bit more safer of an option, but still they are meant to be for decorative purposes only. So if you do choose to burn a decoupaged candle, a real candle, please keep in mind that like it could, um, like you need to keep your eyes on it, like you know, very directly. Now today, because I do actually want to burn these candles, we're not going to decoupage the full candle. We're only going to do a little bit right at the bottom so that then we can uh, burn it down quite a bit and then, leave the rest as like maybe just use them for like props or something for photos. I don't know. So that's what we're going to do.
Margaret, to
What?
find the newsletter link, you go to the decoupagequeen.com website and you need to scroll all the way down to the bottom on the home page. So, right on the home page, just scroll all the way down to the bottom and it'll say sign up for our newsletter here, and you just put your email address right in there.
Yes. Now, to glue down my paper onto my candle, can you see it properly? I feel like it's glaring.
It's the white cast. You'll be all right.
Yeah. Anyways, so I haven't primed mine with anything. You can, if you want to, like apply some kind of primer onto it or white paint if you need to, especially if your candle is in a different color, right? So when you decoupage it, you can paint it with white paint before you decoupage because you need that. Why do we need that? Because rice paper is very see-through, so if it's a different color other than white behind it, then it's going to distort your colors. This is a white candle, so I don't need to paint it. I'm just going to glue the paper onto it, directly onto it. And I'm just using decoupage glue from Pentart. You can use special candle glues, right, for it. I don't have it, so we're just going to use the normal one. And so I've applied some glue up to roughly where I want my paper to go, about 1/3 of the way up. Applied a little bit of glue, and I'm going to start wrapping it around the candle. Now the trick here is going to be to try and stay on course and keep it straight. So now that I've applied a little bit of my paper onto the candle, I'm going to wrap the paper around without glue on the rest of it, and try and pull it and straighten it out a little bit so that when I do glue it down, it's going to line up, right? Bonus here is that Decoupage Queen rice papers are very strong, right? They're very sturdy rice papers. So you can actually move them about if you need to. Unlike some other,
Hey.
unlike some other mediums, these ones actually like they allow for some movement. So again, right? I'm just okay. Oh,
I mean, hey, you know.
I'm not spilling no beans.
Nope, we would never.
Nope.
Huh. Spilling beans? Us?
Me,
Huh.
me, no.
Come
Oh, me?
on.
And I'm just gonna kind of keep on doing that, right? So I'll apply a little bit of glue onto the candle, and then put my paper on, press it down, and then wrap it around. Make sure that I'm still on course, right? Make sure that like, because I'm very good at going all wonky, you know.
No.
Well, yeah, definitely. Okay.
She said, Margaret said, duh, I was already subscribed. You're good, Margaret.
Okay.
Uh-huh. No, you know exactly, Carol. See, Carol says, hint, hint, buy Decoupage Queen papers.
I didn't say it. You said it.
Hey, we didn't say it. I was just reading the comment from Carol. You know? I mean, hey.
You know, as long as it's not me saying it.
We didn't do a thing.
Nope. I'm just here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just here in my living room.
Hello, Leona. Thank you all for joining us today. We appreciate you, especially those of you who are here every single creative hour. I notice you. I appreciate you. We all appreciate you. So thank you. Thank you.
And if you've noticed, I am working with a big piece of paper at the moment, right? So I haven't like cut it off or anything like that. And I'm applying my paper horizontally because vertically it wouldn't wrap around. Luckily, this pattern works both ways, right? You can apply it vertically or horizontally and it still looks good. So
Julie Conlon just got here. She said, what are you making today?
Oh, so today we are decorating a candle. We're decoupaging a candle and we're repainting a candlestick, and we'll get started on the second one if we have the time, which to be fair, we probably won't. I hate to say it, but she may have been right.
It's killing her, y'all. It's killing her right now.
Yes. You know, I can't even say it. She's right.
She shows me both of them. And I went, you're gonna do both of them? Yeah. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna do the other one later. Okay.
Spoiler alert, I am gonna have to do the other one. Okay, so now that I've wrapped around the paper, right, around my whole candle, I've come to the place where they meet, right? So now I have a clean brush and some water on the brush, and
did that water drop just get on your glasses that you flicked around?
No, the show must go on.
Oh, I can't.
Oh my god.
I seen that, by the way. You thought that you were just gonna go move right along.
Yes, it's on the table. It's on my desk.
Okay.
It's here. Okay.
Oh, heck.
Okay. Right. So sorry. Ooh, okay, right. Clean brush.
Clean brush with water. Not on your
I got the
glasses.
giggles. Oh my god. Right. And then you're gonna run your brush across your paper where they both meet, all right? So, like, I can even see it here. And now I am going to take my nails and gently pull.
Miriam said redip it is probably dried out. Now she can just get it off of her glasses.
You know what? It's right here on my desk. Okay, so, right, can you see it? Can you see it? Because I ripped it, and now it doesn't really like overlap that much. There's a little bit, right? But it's close to where the edge is. So now we can rip off the rest of it. I'm going to leave a little bit of an overhang. What?
Brenda said to leave y'all for us to leave you alone.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Brenda. They're all bullying me. They're just a bunch of bullies. Okay, so, and I'm leaving a little bit of an overhang. Why? Because if I don't leave an overhang, it's going to start ripping into this paper here, right? Like it's gonna drag into there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like leaving a little bit of a dry space means that you're not gonna rip off your paper off of everywhere, hopefully. What? What? Hey, there's always room for mistakes, all right?
Hey, I mean, what's a project without a mistake?
Not a project.
Here you go.
Not a project for sure. Okay, so now this is off. We can set it to the side, save it for that other candle that I'm gonna have to make off screen.
Later. Later.
Okay, right. Now we can just like if you still have too much, hang on, let me turn it. Right, so when you get to this bit, right, if you still have too much overhang, you can obviously, carry on taking it off until you don't have too much overhang. In my case, there was like a tiny little bit, and I already had some glue on there, so it kind of ended up gluing itself shut. So I'm just gonna let it be, okay? It doesn't matter. It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got somebody getting that close to your candle and wants to complain about it having that much, that they need
Exactly.
they need to
Exactly.
leave.
They need to back off and
Back
mind
off.
their own
Back
business.
away.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. And
Cindy
now,
wants to know what time it is for you.
what time it is for me? It is 8:30 p.m.
Hello,
Which
Teresa
means
Cherry.
it's crazy time.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Not yet.
Mm.
Not as crazy as it gets when it gets past 10 p.m. ish, right?
Exactly, Cheryl. They're not your people. If they are all up in your candle,
Thank
they are
you.
not your
Sarah.
people.
Thank you. Exactly. Exactly. Anyways, let me tell you about my day. Let me tell you about my day. Do you want to know about my day? I don't care. I'll tell you about it anyways. I went to Cambridge today. Uh-huh.
Did
Yes,
you?
the famous Cambridge. The famous. Let
What?
me tell you a thing about Cambridge. Okay, so everybody knows that, like, oh, famous Cambridge University, right? So what is Cambridge famous for? The university. Everybody wants to go to university in Cambridge. And when people, at least I did, right, until I went to Cambridge for the first time, I thought that, okay, you get to Cambridge and there's that famous university. That's not the case.
No.
That's not the case. There's several universities, okay?
Oh,
And they're all
okay.
scattered around. So you can't just kind of like there is one like a very like famous building, okay? But like there's many. They're everywhere. They're all around. So when you get to Cambridge and you're like, okay, let's go. I want to see Cambridge University. Yeah, you're not.
So there's not one particular one.
No,
Oh.
no. You're just kind of you walk around and then you see all of these buildings and they're all universities. Okay. So like there's probably like different, like buildings or like, where you can be like, oh yeah, this is the one where Stephen Hawking taught his, um stuff. But words are hard, okay?
My finger hurts.
Why? Oh yeah, because you got a splinter. Because
Because you got a splinter.
you managed to jam up half a log up your finger. I wonder why it hurts.
Half a log.
She jammed up half of her sign into her finger and now she can't get it out. That's what it is. Uh-huh.
Oh man.
Anyways,
Hi Patty, how are
if
you?
you ever get the opportunity to go, do it. It's fun. Okay, now we can let this settle down a little bit, right? Another coat of glue on top of it. We can let it sit for a minute. I will have to get my heat gun out, right, to help it dry because it's freezing right now and it's humid as hell. It's not drying naturally. So, but while we wait for that, we can start painting a candlestick. And the color that I picked for the candlestick is this one. It's called Poison Green. I like it.
I like that color.
It's
I
poison
use
green.
that color often. Hi Sharon, how are you?
It's
No, Miriam, bobby pin and tweezers won't do it because it's like deep. Trust me. I got a pin and was poking at it and everything, and it's real deep in my finger.
Yeah.
Iveta, hush. Don't. I see the look in your face. You want to say something? Don't.
What, me? No,
Yeah,
I'm reading
you.
the comments.
Oh,
Reading the
okay.
comments over here.
Hi, Helen.
Yeah. So and then guess what? So I went on the train, right, because it's cheaper and easier for me to go on the train than to drive there. And then I got the train back, and because I wasn't clever enough to book a taxi ahead of time to get from the train station to my house, and it's Saturday evening, so you would think that pre-booking it would be a good idea. Did I think about it? No. So guess who just walked for 15 minutes to get back home? Woohoo! And got in just over an hour ago. Me.
Oh my word.
In cold and rain. But it was lovely.
Oh no.
What?
Margaret says my burn from the sweet potatoes is so painful. Ripped the skin right off, about the size of a 50-cent piece.
Ouch.
Yikes.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Margaret, that sounds horrific.
Yeah, I'd take a splinter the size of a log any day over a burn. I'm not, yeah, no.
Yeah.
No burns.
No, yeah. That sucks. Really, really, really sucks. So, anyways, look at it. Look at this color. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
What's polysporin? I don't have any of that. I didn't know that.
No idea.
Polysporin. I don't know. I don't have any of that, but I think I need to get some because Tina says it'll come out.
Polysporin. I think you do need to get some, yeah.
Yeah, Patty, I love this color. This poison green. It's a beautiful color.
It really is. It really is very nice, and I think that it's gonna look very, very good together with this rice paper. I just got paint on my other candle.
Getting started, are you?
Just a little bit. No, it's just that like when I create, I'm always waving my arms about like nobody's business. Yeah, getting paint all over the place.
Oh, or Neosporin. Okay, I'm gonna try that. Because if I know that your body will expel it, but that's gonna take way too long.
I'm hungry. That's why. What?
I'm sorry, are we interrupting your dinner?
Yeah. No, but just so you know, this
You're
is the
hungry.
sacrifice that I have to make, right?
Ah.
Instead of
Well,
eating.
actually, it's kind of a funny story, guys, because I said, oh, the 25th, that's the Saturday after Thanksgiving. I don't know if I'm going to be able to book anybody for Creative Hour because, it's right after the holidays. Technically, people have the whole 4-day weekend, and who wants to do Creative Hour? And
Me.
Iveta says, well, can take it off. You can take it off, can't you? And I said, yeah, no, I don't like to do that. So, what are you doing on the 25th?
So I was the last resort, right?
No,
I'm
no.
the leftovers. I'm the, when there's nobody else left, fine, we'll have you.
No, 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 no. Okay, I see your comment, Miss Shauna. Try
What?
making a baking soda paste. The bubbling is supposed to work it out. See?
See? Oh, the candlestick is gonna fall at some point.
Here Jill says get some magnesium sulfate paste and apply. It will draw splinter and anything else that went in out.
Oh.
Yep, Iveta to the rescue. Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, uh-huh. Yeah, I'm like okay, so the thought that I have in my head that like I'm the equivalent of, like when they talk about like, when men go out for a night out to pull somebody, right? And
Oh,
then they
here we
can't
go.
manage to pull anybody all night, so they wait until there's like somebody left at the end of the night.
You're
I'm the equivalent of that right now.
no. As you know, both you and I are very busy with what we do. Because if you all don't know, Iveta is the creative director for Decoupage Queen. So I'm the social media manager, which means she's my boss. Go figure that one. I don't know how the heck that happened. But, anyways,
I don't know. I don't know.
we're very, very busy with our just day-to-day jobs. So,
True. That's
you
true.
know,
There's a lot going
I don't think to ask her because it's you pull her from doing something else and then the time change. Well, luckily right now it's okay.
So, I mean, for me, it's more of a. I don't particularly like. I want to feature. I want us to feature other artists.
And that too, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
I want
yeah.
to. I want to see other people create. I know what I can create. I want to see others.
Yeah, right.
So
So,
yeah,
but
I don't know. Maybe
and to tell you the
maybe
truth,
I-
although she says, the guy that, that's hanging around just, trying,
I'm on this.
actually, you I know if I'm in a pinch and somebody has to cancel or somebody can't be there, I know that I
We're
can
always
I can get
we're always like all four of us really right
yeah.
for the most part.
Yeah. So and when she says all four of us, so obviously there's myself and Iveta, but then we also have Nancy, and then the decoupage queen
As
herself,
Decoupage Queen
Teresa.
herself, yes.
Yeah. So, but
Because
there's
Decoupage Queen crew
yeah, we're the crew, but
this way.
it just it takes a lot to and also, Dainty and the gifts, so Dainty and the queen, she's,
Yes,
creating papers and doing all that good stuff too. So,
yes. That's a whole different part of it, which is um most of the time it goes like this. I have like several months to create a collection of papers, right? And several months I'm like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? I have all of these ideas, so I sit down and I'm like, okay, this is one option, and I'll start making it right. And then I'm like, no, this is rubbish, put it away. And then I'll start a new one, and then I'm like, no, this is also rubbish. No, I don't like this. Nope, 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 nope. And then, like a week or so before I have to hand in the designs to Teresa, I'm like, okay, everybody, don't message. Like, nobody talk to me. I'm making paper. And then they all come together and like, it's the equivalent of like last minute, last night study and cramming everything in. Yeah. This is poison green.
I just put it in there for you as well. It's Pintart Decor
Thank
Paint
you.
Chalky Poison Green. Oh, I don't know how to spell poison, of course. Poison green.
Okay.
Yeah,
Try again. Poison. Oh God.
I don't see how either one of you have time for every things have to be done.
Well, maybe you wouldn't. You don't know. Come on, Sue. Come on, Sue. Like they're not all great. Trust me. I'm a very self-aware person, so like when I see something that I'm like, no, okay, nobody wants this. Trust me. Trust me, I know.
Okay, Cindy. Oh, Lord, I'll make sure to get that out. Good Lordy have mercy. She said to be careful. Did you see that? Big
I
Lord.
see that, yeah.
I'll be I'll be getting it out today.
Yep. Okay, that's a trip to A&E for you tonight.
Yeah, I'm getting that splinter out today.
Your plans, whatever you thought you was doing, yeah, that's not happening.
Nope.
Get in the car right now.
Splinter coming out.
Okay, and while I'm at it, I'm gonna dry the candle a little bit as well. If you have to dry anything on a real candle, right, or on an LED candle, which is made out of like wax, right, which has wax on it, like make sure that you keep your heat tool far away from it, and then like move them about so that heat doesn't stay in one place, right, when you're drying it.
Unless you want a lopsided candle. I mean,
And I mean, on the other side, on the flip side, right, it is a really cool way to create like wax drippy effect before you've actually like burnt it, right?
Right.
Usually you have to wait for it to burn and to create those natural drips. But if you want to, you can just use the heat tool to heat up your wax, and it'll, do the drippy drip.
Now I'm very afraid.
Thanks, guys. This is definitely helping her anxiety.
Yeah, it's doing wonders for me right now. Wonders.
We know that we can always count.
I'll just lob it off. How about that? Who needs a tip of the finger? I'll just lob it off.
Just do it. You may as well right now. Okay. Right. So coat number 2. Over here. Oh God, I need to speed up, don't I? We only have 15 minutes left. How did that go?
I'm going to do 2, she says.
I need 2 creative hours. Can I come back next week? Because I'm gonna struggle to finish this off by myself. Oh, dang it.
We just want you to be safe and have all your digits. Yeah, I like to have all my digits too. Yeah. Thanks, Cindy.
They're just looking out for your little phalanges, okay?
Look at Miss Wanda.
Oh God, you all know me way too well. I'm just gonna say that. Like I need a new group of people who don't know me. I need people that don't know me that are gonna be like, oh yeah, sure, do too.
Look, just face it.
Watching me for 2 hours.
Look, I have come to terms with the fact that I'm time challenged. And you know what?
Time
For
flies.
that matter,
That's
Iveta used to do the same as I was talking about. We would do, these events is what they call them now, but we would call them hops, right?
yeah.
She would create, I know, this is going to be hard to believe, but she would do a project in an hour, y'all.
For
We
me,
both,
I used to be so much better though at this. Like, can you
yeah,
remember
I know, yeah, both of us.
all of my live stream classes, all of my Patreon classes? I would smash out what I needed to smash out in 2 hours, and nobody could keep up with me, right?
Well, that was my thing when I first was joined your step. I was like, wow, she works really fast. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep up with this, but then, you know,
But then
we,
she did.
but I did.
Yeah.
Anyhow, but so both of us, we were able to crack these lives out in an hour, hour and 15, and we were like, wow, that took a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
I don't know what happened. It must be age. We're aging.
but I will tell you, you may or may not feel the same way, but if I look back at my projects that I've done
Yeah.
that I did crack out in an hour, I can pick them apart as far as details and things that should have been done. Um, and
Right.
I
Right.
probably am not happy with 90% of those projects that I put out.
Right.
Um,
Unless you are doing like a very simple project, right? And you do a minimal project, as in like the amount of steps and things that you need to do, and you do like a strictly decorative project, right? Which like this, for example, the candlesticks and the candle. It's a realistic project to create in an hour without sacrificing the quality of your
right.
work and so on, right? But for the most part, anything that's more complex than that, yeah, you need more time than that, because if you don't, then like there's corners that you have to cut, there's steps that you have to skip, there's a lot of different things that you need to do in order to be able to create a project in an hour.
Mm-hmm.
As far as like for me, for example, the hardest part is always the priming, right? The sanding, which like you can't squeeze all of that into an hour.
No.
Priming, sanding, and sealing, varnishing afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's sacrifices that have to be made. The color is beautiful, isn't it? So we've done 2 coats of that. I need to dry it. I need everything to dry, and nothing is drying because I'm telling you, it's freezing cold in here and damp. And I don't live in a damp house. It's just like I woke
Okay,
up
so
and
she says it's freezing cold in there, right? And right before we come on, she goes, hold on, I need to light a candle. I said, what? She goes, I need to light a candle. It's cold in here. I need warmth.
that's my heating.
Is that the little candle right there?
Yeah. No, I have heating on. It's just still cold, okay?
So that little candle right there that you told me to wait is is giving you
It's
like
providing me with all of the energy that I need. Like, look
okay.
at how long it's taken for this glue to dry. I didn't even put on that thick of a coat of glue. I'm telling you.
Mm. Plus, there'd be no time
The
for
trick is for
contact
me
with
to just
us.
shut up for a minute and focus on drying things. Because I'm like, oh, blah, 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 blah. All over the place.
She said,
Oh,
"Bless you, Iveta." Miss Wanda said.
yeah, thank you. Thanks. Thanks, Miss Wonder. Okay, right. Put this to the side. Dry this for a little bit because I want to wax this as well. And we need to sand off the edges
Mm-hmm.
on the candle and do
Mm-hmm.
the mica powder trick. Which, do you know about the mica powder trick? Do you know about mica powder on candles? Who knows about mica powder on candles?
I don't think they know.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, by the way, you know what I tried the
You're
other
gonna get
day?
a really cool way of using your mica powders in a minute. Uh-huh. If you
I
don't already. Yeah?
put diamond dust on my candle. You know the candle that I made
Yes.
with your winter dreams that
Yes.
has the little owl on it? I
Yes.
put diamond dust on my candle, and you know I have like 600 things of Lindy's. So I
Yes.
sprayed the diamond dust with the Lindy's because usually you can dye diamond dust with alcohol ink. That's what the diamond dust, that blue color around that, it's the Lindy's spray.
Oh my God.
I know. I have like
So
7,000 colors. Are you kidding me?
I
I got
guess we'll
diamond
be
dust
seeing
colors
a
for
whole
days.
load of that
Mm-hmm.
in the near future.
I'm telling you.
Mhm.
I was like,
All of this in the next 10 minutes. Eh,
no,
eh,
absolutely not.
we may do an hour, a creative hour and 15.
Hmm. I even told her today, I said, so how much overtime do I get today?
None, because you're doing this out of the pureness of your heart. You're doing this because you love me.
Mm-hmm.
Almost, no, Sue, no. I'm ready for my food and bath, okay?
Yeah, she says, we're going to get this done. We're going to get this done really quick because I want to get in the bath. Mm-hmm. Lindy,
Exactly, Carol. Thank you.
what is
Thank
Lindy?
you. Carol,
Lindy's, it's just another brand, Miss Wanda. But
you
you
don't
could
need
do
it,
that.
Miss Wanda. You
No,
don't
no,
need
Miss
it.
Wanda. I was just gonna say, but Miss Wanda, you can do it with other stuff.
We don't need it right now. Oh, do tell us more about this spray, Miriam says. Well, why don't you go and watch Teri's live stream earlier today, where she not only told you about it, but also showed how to use it. Huh? 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 Are you gonna tell us? Are
No,
you
because you
getting
know
it?
what? Can you see me in the corner?
I can see you, yes.
I got
What is that?
something. You said you're hungry, so I'm hungry.
Guys, you know what? Now she's gonna be. See, I have a gesture that I really want to show you, but I'm not going to because I'm in a professional setting right now.
Hi,
And I
Mrs.
don't
King.
think that it's going to be appreciated by everybody. Hi, Shannon. How are you? Hi, Betty.
Hi, Betty.
Hello.
See how she treats me?
This
Isn't that
glue
like a
needs to
hostile work
dry.
environment?
This glue needs to dry. See what I have to work with. She does this on a regular as well. This is not a one-off, you know. This is abuse. I'm just saying.
Hi, Sandy.
Is
Teri's
this?
stay out of Troy Troy streets.
Oh, so we know you'd be fine with that gesture, but you know, there could be kids watching. I don't want nobody's, you know, parents in my messages later on being like, hey, you know, after watching you, my little grandchild Jimmy has been showing gestures. Uh, oh my God.
I hung up your Santa flying on the blue snowflake background
This
with
is
the
not me
3D
being
pine tree.
slow. This is this glue
Ooh,
not drying. I swear to God.
Shannon's talking about one of her auction pieces. How
Oh,
cool.
that is cool. Okay, I'm gonna have to we'll have to do overtime. I'm sorry, but it's not me. It's the glue. Blame Brit
Uh-huh.
Spencer on this, you know.
It's not me. It's
It
not
wasn't. It
me.
wasn't me.
It's not me.
No. Oh, good, Betsy. That's good. That's the goal. That's my goal. To make people smile. If I can do one thing today, this is the one thing that I want to do. Okay.
Oh God, Miriam, y'all need a reality TV show. Oh, good Lord.
I have thought about that. Like the new Kardashians. I
You
think
have Kardashian money?
collectively we could collect enough drama if necessary.
You have Kardashian money?
Not yet, but I think we could have it. I think we could have it if we start, if we actually invite people with cameras into our homes. I'm just saying. I could
It
provide
is, Betty.
entertainment. Yes, Betty. She is doing it on purpose, okay? She is doing it with consent. Because
Well, I figure we're gonna be here for a while. I can't starve.
it's not dry.
I'm just saying, at this point,
Been there for how long now?
you might as well just light the candle and let it dry.
Maybe it is flame retardant. Maybe I need to stop talking about it because it's gonna put out your fire. You got a fire going on, throw your candle at it. It'll put it out. Apparently. Hello, Sandy.
Hello, hello.
I could be on the poor dashes. Same. Oh my goodness.
Okay, Elizabeth, thank you for being here.
Okay. See you soon. Thank you for joining us.
We'll still be here when your company leaves.
Remember, I have 2 candles. Okay, right. Let's do this. Sandpaper. I need sand off the edges. Right. 3 hours later.
I wish you know what, the next time you're on, I'm gonna grab those.
Oh my goodness. So glad I got back from shopping for this. Oh, Carol, you know what? It's comments like this. I'm gonna have to use some.
Oh, I know, Miss Shauna. Wasn't that so cute? I walked in the kitchen and he was watching me on his phone. It was so cute.
So cute. And she was telling me, she was showing me where he decided to position his little desk.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think it's so funny because Troy is like, I'm gonna know what's going into that fridge.
Yeah. So you guys, I cut it
out without my approval.
I cropped the picture on purpose so you guys couldn't see right where he was, but he has decided to set up his little tray and desk stuff right in front of the refrigerator door. So you literally cannot get in or out of the refrigerator without Troy moving.
For a good reason. Mm-hmm. There's a fee to pay to go in and out.
There's a toll.
Yep. So he's like, you know what? I'm sick of everybody stealing my treats. I can see he's right there by you. Hi, Troy.
Can you see him? He's over here looking at you.
Because he's like, I look away for a minute. There goes my treat.
Miss Wanda says you need a gator sander.
What's that?
This.
Oh yeah, I do. That was supposed to be in my care package that I never received. I'm just saying.
Miss Linda? Oh, is Miss Linda here?
Miss Linda isn't here, I don't think.
Well, actually, no, you told everybody, I don't need a care package. I don't need it. I just don't.
Lying. Come on.
Oh, yes, Julie, he's definitely keeping an eye on his cupcakes. Let me tell you what. Oh, I didn't tell you, Iveta. So for Thanksgiving, on top of all the other stuff that I made like 800 cupcakes. And Troy has eaten probably about, 759 of those.
Of course.
So I think that's really why he's in front of the refrigerator. He doesn't want anybody grabbing,
Cupcakes?
Yeah, exactly.
That seems like a very good reason to me, personally.
Everybody say, not the care package from me, not the jewelry from me. This was a care package that everybody was telling her.
There's sponges and
with sponges and brushes and just the basic necessities for crafting. Iveta refuses to buy.
I do buy them when there's absolutely no other way. Okay.
When you're gnawing off the rice papers with like your teeth, you'll finally go and buy some sandpaper.
When you can hear these sounds coming from my house, you know things have gone real bad.
See? Exactly. That's the care package. Dude, what is flying around your head? I told you, if there's orbs, I'm out of here.
Orbs, that's no juju, okay? Everybody tell her that's no juju.
I'm out of here. I'm telling you, you know how to work this stuff. You can do it all by yourself.
It's just dust from sanding, okay?
Mm-hmm. Sure. Elizabeth said she had to come back. She missed us. I told you you'd still be here when your company left.
Well, that's a good thing. And thank you for stroking my ego. Okay, more sandpaper.
Miss Wanda! Miss Wanda's talking about you.
You know what, Teri? And that's bloody live stream.
That wasn't me. That was Miss Wanda.
Yeah, I know. Miss Wanda? Miss Wanda. Excuse me.
Can you hear her talking to you saying that?
Yeah.
I can hear Miss Wanda's voice.
I can hear Miss Wanda's voice. I can also hear my own voice in my head being like, don't make sure you don't do it too hard so you don't break the bloody candle.
But Tina says you need an electric sander.
No, I'm just okay, so here's the deal, right? Let me tell you something. I am a naturally heavy-handed person, okay? So
all 2'2" of
you. Tone down the energy with which I sand fragile things like a candle, okay? Because otherwise, I'm gonna sand off half a candle. Like, I'm not joking. I'm gonna go and then, and then there'll be no candle at all, okay? So, right. Woohoo! Finally, we got it off. Right. Here's a little tip for you, right? If you're decoupaging the bottom of your candle and you have to sand it off, right? Sand off the edges, and then they're all looking a little bit rugged and whatnot. Use your heat tool. Heat up your wax, and then you can, use your finger to smooth it out to make it look nah.
Christmas is coming. Make a list so we can all pitch in, Tina says.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I have all of the necessities now. I have all of the basics. I went and got myself a huge big tub of decoupage glue, okay? So as long as I have decoupage glue, I'm good.
You're good to go.
And my teeth for now, yeah. Because even if I run out of sandpaper. Right. We'll leave that for now. Mica powders, right? Let me put you down. I'm gonna need something that I can sprinkle a little bit of this onto a little piece of paper. Right. I have two mica powders here, like a golden one and a greenish one, right, to match this. And then there's golden color to match the orangey tone shade, whatever we have on the mood board. So I'm gonna sprinkle out a little bit.
Everybody's like, what mood board? I forgot what we talked about by now.
Well, you can use that time to put it up on screen.
Oh, man.
Yeah, put your snacks down. Okay, and then a little bit of this.
So this is the mood board. And again, if you have subscribed to the newsletter, you will see that starting in November, we put out a mood board. So Iveta has been creating based on the mood board colors. And all you need to do is go to decoupagequeen.com, scroll down to the bottom, and enter in your email.
Okay, then you're gonna take a little bit of mica powder with your brush, and you're gonna start brushing it onto your candle, just like this, right?
Ooh,
And then you can take the other color, and you can brush it on, and then you can. No, hang on. Can I show you? Can you see? Right.
Mm-hmm.
You can mix and match the colors.
Mm-hmm.
And you can rub it into your wax, right? And it stays in your wax. And it is safe to burn, right?
So pretty.
So then you just, obviously, you keep going until you're happy with the result, until it's nice and blended, but you get the point, right? As always, this is one of those steps where I'm like, ooh, okay, I can keep going until, it's perfect.
No, Miss Wanda, she doesn't. She's Miss Wanda wants to know if you have something under the powder.
No, nothing at all.
It's going straight onto the candle.
Straight onto your wax. Yeah, straight onto the candle. And then you can, and because it's powder, right, and you're kind of applying it onto wax, when you rub it like this, it kind of blends in with each other, so you can use multiple colors if you want to.
Hello, Sissy Sue Creations from Texas.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yes, Miss Carol, any kind of mica powders will work.
Yep. And, okay, so now this may be like something that you, as I'm learning
Nancy
now,
Watson!
Hi, Nancy! As I'm also learning together with all of you, right? I have little bits of decoupage glue that went over, right? Where mica powder isn't like properly sticking in or rubbing into the wax, right? So you might want to be a little bit more careful.
So yes, you can burn the candle with the mica powders, Sandy.
Yes. I've done this trick before on candles, and I've burnt them absolutely safely, no issues whatsoever.
Yeah. There isn't anything it's specifically going onto the candle. So there's no adhesive or anything that's adhering. So there isn't anything that's going to create this big flame spark that we're asking you guys to please be careful with when you do decoupage on a real candle.
I might have to stop with this particular candle because there's quite a bit of like glue, okay, that I managed to get everywhere. So
Hi, Helena.
I'm gonna grab a different candle, okay? So bear with me for 1 second. I'm gonna grab a small candle.
Do, 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 do. See, this is where we need the little intermission. 10 hours later. Here she comes.
Because I'm gonna have to. What I'm gonna have to do with this one, right? Because I got glue on here and it's not looking properly nice, right? So I'm gonna have to just like maybe use some alcohol to rub it
Yeah,
off
and get it off.
and get the glue off, and then I can reapply the powder. But this one doesn't have any glue on it, and I just want to show you, right, how cool this effect can be.
Don't
And
break it. Yeah.
Okay, let's use different colors.
Hi, Donna.
Pink and blue, okay?
Okay, so now she's just doing this just to show you the proper effect, y'all.
Yeah.
She wants you guys to see it properly.
Yeah.
This little candle isn't going on that big candlestick.
Yeah. No, this one is for a different one, okay? Hello, everybody. So, got some blue and pink here.
I love the sifters in the new ones like that.
Mm-hmm. So, we'll use some pink, right, on here.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Sandy, I didn't see your comment. Can you do that on the battery candles?
Yeah, as long as it has a wax base, right? As long as it's wax, you can do it on any candles.
Yeah, and if it doesn't, I mean, just, a little trick. You can grab transparent wax, and you can rub it on your LED candle, and it'll give you that, that same real candle feel, and then you could put the micas on there.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So, yes'm.
And then maybe we can even dip a little bit of gold somewhere here. So,
ooh, that would be pretty.
And then again, like if you keep applying it, right, layer it on, the more you layer it on, the stronger the color is going to get.
Look at how pretty that is.
Yeah. And so simple, right?
So simple, yes. So simple. It's so simple.
And then obviously, just kind of probably
Sissy Sue says gold in between the colors. That would be pretty.
And why not, right?
There you go.
A little bit
Ask
of gold
and you shall receive.
You get the point, right?
Very easy, but yet effective.
Very
right?
effective.
Because, especially if you're doing this, like she, started out telling you all, like, please do not light. I mean, when we decoupage on real candles, they really are just pieces for you to. And please make sure if you give these away as gifts, that you also let your, the receiver know that, this is not meant to be burnt. If you do burn it, you have to keep your eyes on it and be aware, okay? But this is, perfect way for you to, zhuzh up your white candles.
Mm-hmm. And it's so simple. And again, like most of the time when you buy mica powders, right, you get like a whole set of all different colors, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is a huge bonus because then you can have candles for any occasion.
Exactly.
And any color you like. Okay, so here we go, right? You get the, again,
so pretty.
Because we're on a bit of a time crunch here, it's not as, I'm kind of, so,
yeah, because she would sit with this.
It's an attention to, being more careful and not getting colors everywhere. And,
yeah, because knowing Iveta, she'd sit with this for a good 45 minutes just blending it up and back.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's the idea, right? And that's what I'm going to do with this little candle as well once I've finished it. And then before we stop, I just wanted to finish off the candlestick.
Go ahead. I'll see you in a minute. Go ahead.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, see, so, and if you guys, here you go. So, there's my mic, sorry. If you guys have if you guys have the transparent wax, you can put these on your LED candles. If you have, I know a lot of you have the bear wax, the bear wax. You can put that on your LED candles. Just rub it on there. It'll give you that same effect. And then you can add the micas to that. So, and as Jill has pointed out, Pintart does have them. They're called Art Mica, but it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Here she is.
Virtually any virtually any craft supply, art supply brand is going to have mica powders. That's
yes,
like
there is mica powders. I think sometimes when people see mica powders, they get lost. They're not sure quite what to do with them, but there are many things that you can do with micas.
I need a correct. Okay. Right, now I wanted to, before we end this little get together, I wanted to add a little bit of dimension to the candlestick using antique paste in
Umbra.
Yeah, by Pentat, right? So this product again is very good for adding dimension, adding shadows to your pieces, right? So you apply it on like
And
this.
wipe it off.
And then
Nancy says she's intimidated by mica powders.
And I think a lot of people are.
I do too.
And so am I, really. But they're very useful and very handy. Like if you have a clear wax, right? Get yourself some clear wax and a set of mica powders. Mix a little bit of mica into your clear wax. Boom, you have yourself decor wax in literally any color, right?
Mm-hmm.
Same with like gloss or matte clear gels, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you have a clear gel and mica powders or any kind of pigments, again, you mix it in together with your gel,
Mm-hmm.
and you have an art medium to put through your stencils or whatever else in any color. Again,
yeah. Tina says she's used mica powders and molds in resin, in like epoxy. You can do that too. I mean, you guys, mica powders can be used in a lot of things. Mica powders can be used in clear lip gloss, in clear nail polish. It can be used in. I mean, that's what it all is, y'all. Is mica. So yes, play it. They're very fun to play with.
Very fun to play with, as are like majority of these mediums, right? And these art supplies. We all know, right, the basic uses for them, or like your typical uses for them. But I think as crafters, there's nothing more exciting or more fun than like going off script, right?
Yes.
And being like, I wonder what's gonna happen if I do this.
And here's the thing: if you don't like it, paint over it.
If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, right?
It doesn't work. But now you know.
Now you know, yeah, and you know it for yourself as well, rather than, because I mean, yeah, we can ask each other, right, and stuff. There's plenty of things where I'm like, oh, I know that Teri's good at this, so I'm just gonna ask her. But also, when we rely on that too much, right, we don't learn for ourselves. Like, okay, maybe it didn't work for Teri. Is it not going to work for me?
Right.
As well. What if maybe I have different supplies than Teri?
Exactly.
It could work for me. So always make sure.
We kind of talked about this yesterday because there's a misconception about the dipping paint. That the dipping paint cannot be used. You can't use the rub-on pigments unless you use the dipping paint. That is not true.
Oh,
You
okay. See, I even like I
well,
even
yeah, you
answered
need
the
the
question.
wax. You need the wax for
You
the
need the wax.
adhesive,
Dipping paints is
right? The
it's
dipping
great,
paint, it's great, but you don't need it.
but you don't have to use it.
No. So, that's, to the point of that, you just play with your there's many things that you can do with the products that you have, and you just
Yeah,
got to play with them.
you just need to get them out and start playing. Okay, so again, I'm gonna have to finish off the rest of it because it's already 20 minutes past. So
She's stressed.
I'm stressed. I'm like, oh my God, everybody's like gonna hate me. But look at the difference, right, between the top where I haven't applied the
Mm-hmm.
antique paste yet, right?
Mm-hmm.
A no dimension, and then look at this.
Right.
Ah, wow,
Mm-hmm.
gorgeous. Now, just like an extra
Gorgeous.
little thing, again, I'm gonna have to finish the whole thing off screen. I'm gonna add a little bit of my favorite honey gold wax paste by Pentat, and I'm gonna go over the
Actually, Betty, we
ridges.
have quite a bit more because we are streamed over on YouTube too. So, yeah. Anyhow, Jamie says, "Don't be stressed. We love you."
Oh, thank you so much. I know you love me, but I'm so hungry.
You want me to have Choi Choi bring you a cupcake?
Yes. Um, wax once it's applied can't be wiped back. Not true.
Not
So,
true.
if you've applied your wax paste somewhere where you don't want it, right? Okay, so there's going to be like a level to which you can wipe it off, right? Because colored waxes, they stay in there quite a bit. But if you've applied it somewhere where you don't want it, you need clear wax. A
Clear
good
wax will get it right
clear
off.
wax. And you apply that over the top, it reactivates your
Yep.
wax, and you can wipe it away.
Yep. You can get that puppy
Yeah,
right off. I
I'm
always tell you guys
using
that's your
solvent
you
based
that's
one.
your eraser. Your transparent wax is your
Like, look,
eraser.
yeah. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. We have
Miriam says, I have a question. Black wax paste by Pentart doesn't really show up much. So when I use it over 1 to 2 step crackle, is there something I can do to make it more visible? That's because
use
that
black
black
pigment.
wax paste is not a true black. It's
It's
not
not
like the
bright white.
ebony. Yeah, it's not an ebony black, Miriam. So that is actually the effect of that black wax paste. It's not a true ebony black color.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that you're doing anything wrong. That is the way that is. It's funny because Iveta just asked me when she was ordering. She goes, "Is this a true black?" And I showed her. I said, "No, it's a gray."
Yeah, and I was like, oh no, I need a true black wax actually. If you're looking for like a true black to use specifically with fine line crackle, I would just recommend going for a pigment instead,
I would
like
too.
like
I would
Andrew
just I would
black.
just brush a pigment in there. Because
Yeah,
if you want a true black, you're not going to get it from the Pentart black wax. I would
yeah,
just brush pigment in there because then you'll
yeah,
get that true color. Yeah,
exactly.
it's hard to find a true black wax in any brand. It's
Um,
very hard. I've gotten
usually
I've
they
gotten a few of them.
they're gonna be very like toxic based,
Yeah,
like
that's
very
and that
solvent based,
exactly. But
right?
usually they give that like that blue gray or
Yeah.
the what is that? Like it's like a very light. Yeah, it's not a it's hardly ever it's a true ebony black.
Hmm. Cadence does a like a true black deco wax.
See, and I can't I mean I could, but
Yeah. Well, yeah, you
you
don't
know.
need to.
Yeah, exactly. Which pigment you would you suggest? Metal pigment or metal pigment, art mica, or just either?
To be fair, I haven't used Pentat's Art Mica in Crackle. So, Teri, do
Um,
you have any input? Is
yeah,
any
I have. Either one is going to be fine. It doesn't. That one's not going to make a difference, Miriam. Yeah.
Okay, so here's the effect that we're getting right on here. I'm gonna do
Beautiful.
the same on obviously the top and on here so that it all matches. So that
And
it's
then
all
your
matching.
candle on the
And
top.
then the candle, imagine, right? It's gonna look something like this.
What
Um,
a girl. And it, see? And it looks like our
and then
mood
and then
board.
I want to add a
Oh, yeah,
little
the contour liner.
contour liner around the edge, right? So that you don't see the edge
I
so
was
much.
just going to say,
Again, I'm gonna have to wait until I've sorted out mica powder,
your
right?
mica,
Like
yeah.
this, but I'm gonna do my standard dot and drag technique, which
Uh-huh.
if you don't know about my dot and drag contour liner technique, I have a tutorial on YouTube on
Yes,
it.
she does.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely does.
Where I show how to do it. And the biggest trick, because I know like a lot of people watch that video, they see me do contour liner, right? And they're like, I can't do it. They still like can't do it, right? The biggest trick, the biggest tip that I can give you is make sure you position your elbow
Mm-hmm.
on and your elbow and ideally like your wrist, right, onto something stable, because like I struggle to do it with my hand up in the air as well. So position your elbow and your wrist onto something like right, rest it on your candlestick if you need to so that it stays in place. That's it from me now. A creative hour and a half. Let's do the wheel.
Alrighty, everybody. Good
Oh, thank you
luck.
so much everybody for like sticking around and you know just being here with us.
They weren't going anywhere. Are you kidding me? Cindy!
Cindy!
Cindy,
Woohoo!
congratulations. Cindy, please email me at Teri@decoupagequeen.com. Teri, one R. A lot of you guys don't listen to me and don't
No,
send it to one R.
and then we have to fish it out.
And then it's
Yeah,
got to be
we're sending
found
the
in the
ether
abyss.
to Teresa, and then Teresa magically catches it.
Magically, Teresa catches it. But you guys, please, I'm difficult in all aspects of my life. So
Aw,
Teri.
Nancy, I love you.
So yes, we thank you all for being here today. We hope you had fun with us. That's mainly when we get on together. We know we're gonna have fun. So hopefully you
Yeah.
guys enjoyed today.
Exactly. That's the most important thing, that you all had fun. Maybe you picked up a tip or two, from today's live stream, and then you just had a good time. And we're leaving you with good, smiley, happy faces.
Yes.
Yes.
So we are here every Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Next weekend, I have Jennifer from Home Sweet Create. But also, if you didn't get a chance to go check out our mood board or subscribe to our newsletter, please do, because next week we'll have a new mood board out. And again, we would love to see, even if you don't create from the mood board, please go in and tag us so we can see your creations, because we love to love on them and see y'all's beautiful work too.
Decoupage Queens and Kings group, because
Mm-hmm.
I go in there and check it out on the Decoupage Queen. If Decoupage Queen is commenting on your post, it's probably me.
Or me. Yeah.
Or Teri. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
One of
because
us.
at that time you forget to change it and you're like, yeah, never mind.
Yeah. Most
So.
of the time it's like, oh, okay.
Anyway, y'all, we hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and we will talk to you soon. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.